We had inflation data just drop.
SOUN.
Learn without the burn.
HUMA.
Well, yeah, inflation is prices, of course. Amazon's still ripping up, guys.
MRVL.
Again, watch us day trade the opening bell live here today. And again, guys, we talked about what was in this report already. So we talked about what was in it already. And in this report today, we had shelter pricing go up 0.3%, which makes up over half of this inflation report.
Do you know what happens in the first 20 minutes of the stock market opening?
Index for shelter rose 0.3% in
trades.
April, accounting for more than half of all the monthly increases. Energy index also increased over the month, rising 0.7% as increases in the natty gas index and the electricity index more than offset a decline. In gas, the index for food, in contrast, fell 0.1% in April, as the food at home index decreased 0.4% and the food away from home rose 0.4%. Again, we got treasury yields if we're taking a look at the 10-year.
TBI.
LUNR.
If we take a look at the 10-year. 10-year is now going up a little bit, 4.6% here. And again, you can kind of see the market. Let me put in TNX here. Yeah, look at TNX. So TNX is kind of flat. The market is now back over 21K. It's back over 21,000.
LUNR.
See if it holds now. Here's 21K again. It's right around this big yellow line. Looking at some other prices here. We got 25, but I don't know if I like it. We got this high up here, which is probably big. We got 50 right here. This is another level I'm gonna watch. We got 25 right here. There we go. Put that up right there. All right.
RUN.
Are you guys red or green so far in the day? Looking at our poll number, I asked people, does the market hold after today's CPI inflation data showed lower than expected? 72% of people say yes. 28% of people say no out of over 800 votes. So yeah, most people think the market holds now. I'm seeing some strength though. Amazon's pushing up. We got to look at Palantir. Up to almost 120. Meta's at 64 or 645, almost 650. We still have the big rate cut lever to pull if we get economic weakness. Things are looking pretty good right now. I see new all-time highs in the near future. Yeah, I tend to agree with that, Tomato Head. I tend to think, like, if we get a deal done with China, this is something I said last week. The U.S. needs China. China needs the U.S. without question, right? And again, people argued with me. They were like, no, bro, China doesn't need the U.S. And it's like the U.S. is the single largest buyer of Chinese manufactured goods in the world. Of course they need us, you know. And so because of that, what I said last week, prior to this, 90-day pause and the likelihood of the deal getting done, I told people I thought a deal would eventually get done. And people argued with me. And then over the weekend, we ended up ripping up big because we got a 90-day pause to China tariffs. China and the U.S. have at least verbally agreed on a lot of stuff, a 90-day pause. And it's looking like a deal is going to get done in the next 90 days. And I think if they announce a finalized deal, markets are going to fly. Of course, because that is what's been weighing the markets. The market has been correcting because of that, And I think people either didn't buy back in, or people are mad, or people want to short the market or whatever, and they're getting beat up now. And so they're trying to act like we're just going to always keep going down. And maybe we do. You never freaking know. You don't know if the market's going to go up, down, or sideways. But in general, we already dropped 25, 30%.
SEDG.
It's if we get a deal done, the market's going to go up. But we got to wait for that. Who knows? We'll see. Yeah, looking at it, I asked people if they're red or green, neutral, waiting for the open. Jamie says green. Slightly green so far, Bo. Warrior says green. X says green. Long, green.